Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh guys. Hari ni kita nak terbang ke Kuantan menggunakan 737 American Airlines One World Liveries. Dan daripada Charlie 81s with the cold and dark state of cockpit. Tak ada ground power, tak ada apa source pun, kita hanya bateri dan APU saja. APU pun kita nak kena start semua. So this is the procedure. What is the procedure for the pilot to do the pre-flight inspection, to do the pre-flight check, before start checklist, before taxi checklist, before takeoff checklist, after takeoff checklist, descent, approach, landing and shutdown until we are securing the aircraft at Kuantan. So registration kita 919. Sedap Okay, without further ado, kita masuk dalam cockpit. Okay, what parking brake is set. So battery on, ground power on, emergency light on, IRS, ini benda-benda yang basic sekali lah. Kalau kita masuk dalam cockpit, kita check lampu, all light indication is good. This is what is I'm doing. For the rest, check all the bulbs, checks everything, look good. Okay, all lights is, this is a light test check. Then we're gonna proceed to our fire test check. Script. Cargo. Good. Our flight data recorder test. Okay, everything looks good. Stall tu nanti. So what we need to do, we request data for the sim brief. We make sure throttle is idle, spoiler up, flaps up, 3 greens. We have 3 greens there. We have a ground power. We can start the APU straight away. APU bleed off, backs off. Okay. Kita nak buat cepat sikit. Kita nak take off terus. So fuel cut off, check, set payload. Kita akan terbang daripada departure daripada WMKK ke destination WMKD. Alternate kita is Terengganu. Our distance it will be 108 nautical miles. Our cost index for our journey of the one that we carry the fuel is 17. Our initial flight level will be 150. Our zero fuel will be 62.2, reserve will be 2.4, block fuel will be 4.8. So double check, okay, everything is good. Then we select the routes. So before we got the selected route from our ACARS So we check our NOTAMs, we double check our trip fuels, our alternate fuels, and final reserve fuel will be 1.1. Final reserve fuel, our alternate will be 1.2, 1200 kilo for the TGG. So our minimum takeoff fuel will be 45. So we don't carry extra fuels. Our takeoff fuel will be 145. Our taxi fuel will be 200. So 45 plus 200 will be 48. This is what we bring our fuel around 48. Okay. Trip plus taxi is 16 only. 16 only. What for the FMC final rest and final reserve and alternate will be 23. So our fuel briefing is complete. Our tankering is not recommended. Our dispatcher will be Rosie Bailey. This is my name, pilot in charge. So our alternate routes, our NOTAM give our routes for the Terengganu. If in case of we need to divert to Terengganu, this is our stars, our arrival. So later we'll see. For this is our important. This is our route to the Kuantan. So we're gonna departure from Kuala Lumpur runway 32 right via Kimat to Delta departure. We direct to Kimat via Victor 533 Airways, and we are descending to Adnat and Adnat B standard terminal arrival, and we are landed on a runway 36. So what we need to do, we load our flight plan. So our route uplink is loading right now on FMC. This is our flight number, will be Malaysian 1256, destination WMKD, which is Kuantan. So once we have route data uplink is ready, so we activate. Don't execute that, just check our route. This is what we are get from our company routes. Okay, this is our company, because we are frequently fly from Kuala Lumpur to Kuantan, Kuala Lumpur to Kuantan, so we are using only this kind of routes. So we double check, this is the only routes, not the star or seat standard departure. So we are going for direct to Kimat via Victor Whiskey 533 Airways Victor Whiskey 533 and to the Adnat. Okay, once we get this one, we go to departure and arrival. We gonna WMKK departure. We're gonna use a runway 332 right via Kimat to Delta. Okay, this is our standard instrument departure, Kimat to Delta. Okay, and then we go to index, and then we go for the arrival in Kuantan. We're gonna land it on runway 36 via ILS Yankee, and we're gonna use Adnat B. Okay guys, Adnat B. So we are just key in whatever we got the information from the NOTAM. Go for the Adnat B. Once we have this kind of things, we go our legs, we double check again. If you want to double check here also can, we go to our flight plan. So because we didn't execute yet, you will get a blue line. So to confirm it, this route will be go to the Kuantan. So we need to go step by step. Okay, let's say KK 739 center. So it will point in the middle of the on your screen. So you gotta click the step. We go to the 740. After 739, we go to KK 740, and then step one more, go to Kimat, Adnat. This is the point that we're gonna fly over. Dulit, Nordic, Norman, and runway 36. After Norman, we'll go to runway 36 straight away. Okay, straight away to the. So double check with our first officer. We execute. Then you will get a magenta line. Once you get a magenta line, this is the magenta line is a confirm after you execute. Okay, this is how we check. Okay, so after we have put our flight plan, so we need to do performance in initializations. So what we need to do, because the aircraft is know how much the weight that it will carry, so we just click to the zero fuel weight, on the scratch pad the aircraft will send you the weight of the aircraft. So you just plot in on the zero fuel weight. It will do a calculation on gross weight, what is a cruise, what is your CG. So our CG will be 25.4, our planned fuel will be 4.8, our reserve fuel will be around our cost index will be 17 if I'm not mistaken. Our reserve fuel will be around 2.4. So we will cruise at, we will request the perf init. Once we get a perf init requesting, it automatically plot in everything. We need to load. Yeah, so it will give us a trip and our cruise altitude. We gonna fly on flight level 130, and our cruise wind will be 043 degree at 9 speed. It's not, we didn't fly it's very high, guys, so we execute. So we're gonna go for our time error tolerance 30 seconds at the RTA waypoint. Minimum speed is 100. It's 30 seconds to the waypoint. Okay, so we don't go for this one. After we do the performance initialization, we go for the takeoff. So how we get a takeoff reference, we do a calculation on our performance tools. On the performance tools, this is our takeoff performance tools. So we need a figure here. We don't have anything here, so we need to do a calculation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the runway ID. We're gonna departure on runway 32 right. Our airport elevation will be 69. Our runway heading will be 326. So we gonna adjust heading, runway heading to do a 326. Okay, done. Our runway slope will be 0.1. That's no problem. Runway length, okay, dry. So our weight will be 67,000 kilos. Our CG will be 25.4, and our weather will be 30-4, 30 degree at 4 knots. It's okay, very good. And our outside air temperature will be 26, and our QNH will be 1009. So we already give a data to the computers. So what we need to do is we need to do a calculation. So this is the calculation that the database give to us. What is our acceleration height? What is our flap setting for the takeoff? What is our N1 speed? Will be N1 speed percent. N1 percent, it will be 93.1. Our takeoff toga. Okay, our select time for our engines. Our trim. This is our V1, VREV, and V2. So this is the one that they give to us with the wake and everything. So we just key in flaps. We have a flap 5 as per our calculation. Our CG will be around, the gift just now is CG our 25.4. We just plot our CG here, and then just so our trim will be, they give our straight way after we put our CG center of gravity of the aircraft after they're doing a calculation, the computer do calculation, they give us for this kind of value. So what we need to do is we just trim our stabilizer to the takeoff setting. So as you can see the needle, we need to point to the in the middle of the 5, almost like that. Okay, we assume that 4.69. so we have a V2 speed 149, and our cruising altitude will be, we're gonna climb around 6,000 feet direct. We set our MCP set, flight director on, auto throttle on, LNAV, VNAV on. Okay, done. So we are almost done. Double check. So now what we need to do is our runway wind. So runway wind will be T0-4 30-4. This is our runway wind, and runway slope will be negative 0.1. This is our cell temp will be 52, if I'm not mistaken, 52. Then outside air temperature will be 26, 52-26. Okay, now we have the one is different. Okay, nice. We are runway condition. We're gonna use a dry runway. No problem for us. For our approach, later we will set our approach after we have kind of things. So pre-flight checklist, oxygen test, navigation display, auto, normal, check, yaw damper on, check, emergency exit light, arm, check, window heat on, check, pressure mode selector, auto, check, flight instrument, check, parking brake set, check, engine start lever cut off, check. Pre-flight checklist complete. So we're gonna call the tower. Fuel pump on, APU is running. Okay, APU bleed on, PAX is on. APU is running right now, so ground power release, remove choke, door close. Okay, before start checklist, pre-flight deck, Flight deck door closed. Fuel pump on. Passenger sign on. Auto check. Window lock check. MCP set 1491326 300. Flight director on. Auto throttle on. Left LNAV VNAV set. Takeoff speed set 149. CDU pre-flight complete check. Rudder aileron free. Rudder aileron 0. Aileron 0 trim. Anti-collision light check on. Okay, ground to cockpit. Parking brake release. Clear for pushback. Ground to flight deck. Clear to start engine number 2. N2. Oil pressure. LOP light off. Starter cut out. Onto flight deck. Let's start engine number 1. Fuel flow check. Pushback completed. Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Clear to disconnect. See my signal on your right. Bye bye. Before taxiing, checklist. Generator on. APU off. Blades off. Packs on. Probe heat on. Check on. Anti-ice as required. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switch continuous. Auto brake RTO. Engine start lever idle detent. Flight control check. Flight control check. Ground equipment clear. Before taxiing, checklist complete. For takeoff checklist, flaps 5 as required. 5. Stabilizer trim unit 4.69 check. Okay, ready for takeoff, ready for taxiing. Okay, brakes off. Ini terang. Best. Brakes on, brakes off. Flaps. Continuous, check. Fuel pump on, check. Anti-collision light. AP off. Hari ni tenang guys. Beautiful skies. Sky so beautiful today. Lumpur ground, Malaysian 1247, request taxi runway 32 right. Malaysian 1247, clear for takeoff, runway 32 right, contact tower 112.8. Contact tower 112.8, clear for takeoff, Malaysian 1247. Kita dah dapat clearance take off. Kita adjust seat. Parking brake check before takeoff checklist. Flap green. 5. Aileron trims check. Stabilizer trim check. TCAS on. Transponder check. Traffic on. Thrust set. Boga. $80 knots. Check.
V1.
Rotate. Positive climb. Yep. LNF. Flaps up. We're gonna climb to 1003 flight level 130. This is a Kimat to Delta, so we use a different RNP. Supposed to be we are using this one, yes. So as you can see, this is our routes. So Kimat to Delta, because if you can see, this is our supposed to be routes. That one Kimat, one Delta. Okay, Kimat to Delta. Okay, Kimat to Delta. Kimat to Delta. We fly direct to Kimat. We're gonna climb to flight level 130 as per our it's a very short. Then we are gonna arrival at Adenat B via Norman and Dulit. After we come from the Dulit, Adenat B. Okay guys, Adenat B, this is the one that we're talking about. Adenat B is our Adenat B. So we will come from this side as per our flight plan. Our routes, we come from the Adenat to the Adenat B. So that's the call out when we reach 1,000, 13,000 almost. We're gonna have a top of cruise right now. So it's very high descent, high what do you call it, high speed aircraft. Very nice. 737-8 to Kuantan is around 40 minutes, like driving a Lamborghini, guys. Like a riding Lamborghini, guys.
After takeoff checklist, engine bleed on. Check. Fax auto. Back auto, landing gear up and lock, flaps up, no light, altimeter standard check, altimeter standard check, flaps up. No light, flaps no light guys. Flaps let no light, check. So we're gonna approach Kuantan for a short times. So we can prepare our approach. We can prepare our approach with the gross weight, because of we are consume our fuel right now. Our gross weight will become less. Before it's a 67, now 65.9. So what we got to do, we need to do a calculation on our landing. So we're gonna landing at airport Kuantan, runway 36, elevation 52 feet, runway heading 3, runway slope 0.03, runway length very short. Runway condition is dry. Aircraft weight will be 65.5. Flap config 30. Air conditioning config is on. Aircraft anti-ice is off. Reverser config all operation. Auto brakes 3. VREF. Import weather, landing en route. So with the runway, with the calculation, the one that we put, we're gonna be able to stop the aircraft at 6,089 feet. This is available distance. Okay, landing dispatch. Runway 36. AI configs off. And import weather. So we're gonna flap config 30 at 149 speed. Our forecast, we request for the wind. So we're gonna descend after this. We're gonna descend after this. VREF 145, 145, our VREF 145. our descent. We can start descent. We're gonna descend to Dulit, flight level 5600. So now, as you can see, we are on our track to Adonat B Dulit. So we need to reach Dulit with 5,600 altitude. And then after that we go to turn to the left a little bit, 60 degree. So for our approach, we're gonna use the runway 36 ILS. (2,600) at Nordic. And our ILS 36 Yankee. We're gonna start our descents. We're gonna lower our flaps, and we are planned to lower our landing gear when we are reach at Nordic. Okay, guys. So our descent checklist: auto brake set 3. Landing data minimum check. Approach flap 30, speed 149. Approach briefing: we're gonna landing at runway 36 via ILS Yankee. ILS Yankee with the localizer 109.5. Our approach ILS will be at 109.5 IKN. 109.5. Our ILS is setting up with our DME. This is our landing ref. This is our flaps setting. So after do it, we need to go down to Nordics around 2600. So we're gonna setting 2600 for our vertical path VNAV. For our VNAV, so it's Kuantan. And our once we reach Nordic, we can lower our we can go for flap 1. Reduce our speed brake arm, flight spoiler on. Flap 5, flap 2. Gonna turn to the left. Flap 30. See how do I put this? Stay. Ready for landing, guys. Single channel, FMC speed. Our localizer is on. We wait until our glide slope we captured. Okay. Approach set, altimeter set, 26, check. Localizer, glide slope captured, check. Throttle, flight.
2500.
Ground spoiler, brake, RTO, 3, check. MCP speed 149, check. Flap 30. Angin, guys. And you're getting gear down 3 green, flaps 30, check auto throttle MCP 149, 30, flap 30, flight D10.
$1,000.
Check, continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Sink rate.
Oi, selamat sampai ke Kuantan kita. Alhamdulillah.